Hey everybody, this is your 5 minute countdown. We are going to be live at Ditch the Heels at the San Marino Club in Troy. Kim Adjemi is putting on an amazing event. This is about turning your passion into profit, and obviously we're going to be on the front lines of that, interviewing real estate professionals, entrepreneurs, people that are aspiring to be those things. So keep it locked in on the Hardcore Mortgage Show Facebook page, and we will be live in about 5 minutes. See you then. So he said yes?
He said he's about to see it.
Okay, cool. Testing. Hardcore Mortgage Show coming to you live from the San Marino Club. We are excited. We're happy. I'm now away from the mic. How's that sound? Okay, so that's why I wanted you to hear the difference. So stay up on it. So if I'm right here talking, normally that's good?
Yeah, as long as you're not my main issue would be if you're adjusting it. Sometimes you're all right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be like, all right.
Yeah, you're like, shoot. All right. I'm pretty good about moving, but the problem is that people don't do this all the time. So they're going to be like, yeah, and then whatever, and the things.
Yeah.
So doing little jigs.
One more time, I had to echo for a second, but I think it's that mic.
Blobbity blue bloop. Exciting things. Mortgages. Okay. Okay. All right, cool.
This is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but I can stop it whenever you want.
Okay. I'll go grab her.
And then it's just one person?
Right now it's going to be one person.
You heard that mic close to
Ever in
you?
the middle? Yeah.
Ready?
Ready or not?
And then just because I know it's going to get louder here, just make sure you project your voice as close to that mic as possible.
Got it.
Talk loud. A lot of you talk easy. My job is not like my job.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is this, we're going to kick it off with Kim, and then we're going to talk to whatever we're going to talk about, and then she'll be like, speaking of one of the panelists, Kathleen, and then we'll get into what your passion project is, and then I have Denise coming right after that. Okay, so just stand right here, maybe and you can even come in while she's still sitting here if you want, or whatever you want. Or we can swap, because I know you're going to have to start hosting pretty soon, so. Let me silence this phone.
Yeah, where's my photographer?
Well, 75 was getting a little wild when I was coming down, so. But yeah, is there someone that can do some quick for you over here?
Holly.
We're gonna get Holly. Holly.
Holly!
How long we got? Second?
That's when we started.
Okay. We want to take. She wants like photos while we're sitting here,
Take
or
a
whatever.
picture.
Yeah, or whatever.
Where's
or
the-
we want the B-roll. You know how that goes.
Yeah, you can even take view.
Yeah.
Where's the photographer?
She said she's gonna. It's 1:45. She said she's gonna be here like a little bit before. Just remember of the hour before she'll be here. So she'll start by 2.
All right. You can start off. You do an intro here, and then
Okay.
whenever you want to talk directly to the audience, this camera's for him, and this camera's for you.
Okay, cool.
So you can talk to each other and you can talk.
Yeah. All right.
So just start here. Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Ready? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, live in the streets. We're here at Ditch the Heels, 3rd year in a row.
Yes.
The master plan right here, Kim Adjemi. We're super excited to be here. We're going to have a packed house. This is about turning your passion into profit.
That's right. So we have over 100 women that have invested to come here. Our speakers all have multiple streams of income, and they're sharing how they do that. And they found a passion and a way where they can profit and impact lives.
Yeah.
Both.
I mean, that's what it's all about. Like, obviously, we're on the mortgage side of things. It kind of starts somewhere, right? Everyone
Yes.
gets in the field. I'm on the mortgage side of things, but obviously, I'm also very passionate about certain things. I do charity
Absolutely.
work a lot. And so when you have individuals in the room where you can pick their brains and find out where they started, because there's so often times where people just stay stagnant because they're afraid to start.
Yeah, some of it is where some pivot in my business came is when I started collaborating and putting myself in bigger rooms and different perspective. When I was trying to go by myself, I only know my perspective.
Yeah.
And so it's different working genius, it's different styles, it's different ideas, and people at a level maybe that you're not at, or just maybe a different perspective.
Yeah.
We have a nonprofit going today. We're supporting On the Wings of Angels. So she is helping women get out of abusive situations. So she's impacting lives. Mortgages impact lives. Real estate impact lives. You're getting people into homes. And so this is all open to women entrepreneurs because so much flows over to different businesses.
It's also about seeing things sometimes that other people can't see for themselves. And,
Yes.
in the nonprofit, JoJo, she actually is in the mortgage side, or she was on the mortgage
She
side.
was,
So she
yes.
actually worked for the same company as me. So it's amazing when what you said, when you get in the right rooms.
Yes.
You start somewhere, it has nothing to do with anything, and then your life impacts you. And people are only going to meet you where they are in their life, but oftentimes when you have a safe place and you can speak your truth about something that was unfortunate that happened to you and you overcame it, that is where real life change happens.
100%. And Ditch the Hills is about ditching the hills and showing up as your
Yes.
authentic self.
Hey,
we got
our sneaks
We got our sneaks on.
Yeah.
That wasn't too smooth.
It's okay.
We got our sneaks on, and it's about women thinking we need to show perfect.
Yeah.
We need to show we got it together all the time. And the fact is we don't. We have struggles, but if we can share our wins, our strategies, our struggles with each other and have real conversations about that, that's where change comes, and that's where we can impact each other.
Everybody knows I'd be showing up with my true authentic self in heels, not heels, tennis shoes, my baseball hat on. But but there's power there.
Absolutely.
Such power is being your true authentic self, and you don't have to hide in plain sight anymore. This is what this room is about.
Well, it's through connections. Our business is really based on relationships.
Yeah.
And when you continue to grow, it's because you want to work with people that you enjoy working with. So you attract people. You're not going to appeal to everyone, right? So if you can be your authentic self, people understand your energy, they want to work with you, you help them, and most of our business is referrals. So I want to work with people like that. And if we can show women, like, this is how you can have success. Women in different industries, we can
Yeah.
help each other's business grow, right? And when we can do that and we can all win and impact lives, I think women build differently than men.
Yes.
And so we have so many different roles, and if we can share that and we can help each other win, I mean, imagine over 100 women in this room wanting to grow and change and have higher level conversation. It inspires me.
Yeah, honestly, we're eventually going to turn these cameras around when it's already electric in here. People are still setting up, but that's what it's about. It's about being on the front lines of change, but you have to you have to be willing to look at yourself first.
You have to and one of the things I'm going to talk about today is you have to get out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
So some of my biggest wins are when I got out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So you have to be in an environment where they're going to hold you accountable,
Yeah.
where they're going to collaborate, and then they're also going to push you out of that comfort zone. And if you really want growth, if you're comfortable, you're not growing.
If you're not climbing, you're sliding,
Yes,
in my opinion.
yes,
And
yes.
I've been one where, I'll put you on my shoulders and I'll carry you if I have to. But right now in this level, like how I'm showing up as my authentic self is, now I'm looking for that shoulder to shoulder collaboration.
Yes.
Because I could carry someone, but maybe I wasn't supposed to carry them where they were, and they're not going to appreciate it because they weren't ready to make those moves. So now it's about swimming to the people that are swimming to you. And, I'm really excited to hear the women speak today because it is speaking to almost the version of themselves that used to be in the room.
Well, that's right, and so just like you said, I'm looking for women that I have people that want my business all the time, but how can we win-win for each other?
Yeah.
Right? I like to collaborate. I like to win. If I'm going to trust my clients, I've got to be able to trust them.
Yeah.
With people I'm going to refer, and so if we can do a win-win, we can both help each other grow, and I think that's where real growth happens.
Yeah, and I feel too and this isn't obviously men are in the room, everybody, so this isn't exclusive to women, but obviously we're talking about ditch the heels, that's normally, that's what you associate it with, but, there are men here that are supportive, but most women though, when you are in that entrepreneur role and you're a business owner or you don't know how to break that field, a lot of us do stay in that masculine and feminine energy. Like even on the mortgage side, this is a male-dominated field, and a lot of times I am the only female in the room.
Yeah.
I am the only female broadcasting live on 97.1 on our show 100%. A lot of times, unless I'm pulling in a guest. But we do that. There is strength in that feminine perspective, and it's okay to also stand in that masculine energy that we all have to sometimes to be that entrepreneur, to powerhouse, to blow the doors off. Because what I love so much about you and what this stands for is we are not gatekeeping. This is holding the door open and the windows and the blinds and the shutters for everybody that wants to come through that door. Yes. Man, woman, the next generation of boys and girls that are graduating. This is what this whole entire Ditch the Heels represents.
Absolutely, and I run my business with my husband, right? And so I work with a lot of men too in the industry. And what I found, there was just certain perspectives and certain areas where it came to grow that they were like, do it this way, which didn't completely resonate with me. And so I think it's okay, like you said, there's great perspectives and collaboration I get from men, and then there's also some perspectives that I'm like, okay, this resonates a little bit more with me. And so that's what this room is about, right? Because my business grew when I started having collaboration, I wanted that opportunity to be shared with others. The women that want to show up, the women are going to not make excuses.
Yeah.
The ones that bought tickets and then couldn't make it. If you want to be here, you'll show up and you'll make it work. And if you show up, I'll show up for you all day long.
Yes, I actually did a post not that long ago, because like you're talking about, everybody's going through something.
Absolutely.
And everybody's went through something. And, I've had my own personal struggles over the last year, and it just, real professionalism isn't checking your heart at the door. It's bringing it with you and showing up with grace, giving people grace, giving yourself grace, and showing up for the people around you, but ultimately showing up for yourself. Because you deserve to be in rooms like this. If I'm the smartest person in the room, I need to get in a different room.
Absolutely, all day long.
I'm frightened if I'm the smartest person in the room. Get me somewhere else where I can grow and climb into people like yourself's brains. And we're about to pull in one of the panelists here. What they stand for, what they're representing, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's amazing. It's a lot of fun. And that's where, like I said, real growth happens. Yeah, so Kathleen's one of our panelists here. We're excited about her.
Is your list here for your
Oh, yeah, for me. Yeah, so I don't forget people, okay?
Say your names exactly down pat.
Yes. Okay. So this is Kathleen, and you're one of the panelists. Okay. And this is my first time meeting Kathleen, and right off the rip, I was like, I need to speak to you on camera because, you're here representing something that is kind of like not really talked about too much, right? We're on the front lines of what you're about to do. So please tell everybody that's listening.
Yeah, well, what's interesting, what Kim brought up, is getting into the bigger rooms and conversations and collaboration, because when we do that and when we can challenge each other, for example, Kim and I work together. We really pretty much work and live in the same area, and I'm a solo agent. She's got a small team.
Okay, so you're with real estate.
Yes, I'm a realtor.
Yeah, I want everyone to know.
Yes, I'm a realtor since 2012. And
where do we at? So, because I do want people to know where you start, right? So we're starting your first passion, real estate. Obviously, you probably had 17 lives prior to real estate.
I had a lot of lives. We won't even go
I'm
there.
on my fourth life this year. Okay,
that's a whole nother book. But what led me to Kim, and I was solo agent on and off teams for 14 years, was with another brokerage for 14 years, and took the jump to join EXP because of the opportunity of partnering with Kim, growing with her, learning, and we both do a little bit different women's group that we attract, that we hold, and change lives. And that's what Kim gets to do. She's doing this today. She's changing lives, ditch the heels.
Yes.
And we get this platform, we get this opportunity to have the conversations that may not ever be had. And our stories, all of us, somebody in here is going to say, oh my God, that's me.
Yeah, you're speaking to
I
me.
can relate to that. And we owe it to other women to tell our stories and to go out and then tell it to the younger generation of women leaders that are really going to be up and coming.
Yeah.
Because in our real estate world especially, right, with all of us, we come across a lot of people, a lot of different ages, a lot of circumstances, right? And we could all be, we have the therapist hat on sometimes, right?
Yeah,
The
we're
counselor,
life coaching, yes.
Right, the counselor, the problem solver, the negotiator, but in the 15 years, and Kim, you've been, 25 years in the real estate industry?
29.
29. The stories and the books, we could have the best reality show, but it'd be true reality because it's crazy how many lives we've touched, that we get to touch, that we get to change, that we get to help in all ages.
Well, and as you were starting out, we're in the same area, but we don't see each other's competition. And that's what today's about. Because I'm not taking business from you, you're not taking business from me, and if we can help each other, even in the same area, our sphere's not the same. We can both win.
Yes, so I feel, just like you're saying, I was put on this world to change lives. However that was going to manifest itself is how it manifested. It just happened to manifest itself through home ownership for me. I have a very specific skill set. It's a blessing and a curse, but I can get the hard ones done, the easy ones done as far as mortgages. But what you're speaking on, it's seeing things for people that they can't necessarily see for themselves. And you're starting out as a real estate agent on the mortgage side of things, like where home ownership doesn't have to be this mystical creature that always evades you. You really can own your first house. Some of these people that we talk to, they're the first person in multiple generations that are owning their first home, and now we get to be a part of building their real estate portfolio. I'm on, right now I'm doing someone's loan. It's the fourth generation referral
amazing.
that I'm doing. I did grandma's loan, dad's loan, son's loan, about to do sister's loan. So it's a beautiful thing when you can be that referral base, because we're not selling, we're helping. You're reaching and you're touching someone's heart in a very frustrating situation sometimes, in a very disheartening situation.
You're changing a whole legacy of a generation, generations and generations of a family. And some nights and some days I just, first of all, every day I say, God, who is it that you want me to help? And it may not, I don't even say real estate, because it may not be real estate related, or it may be another realtor or somebody in the real estate world.
Yeah, it just might be a positive text
know.
message that you send somebody that might need to hear that. And that's what it's about. So tell me about your women's group and what you guys do. You said you're about to break some molds right now.
So last year was a little lag period. I went through some different growths. So I have a women's group that's a little bit different than Ditch the Heels, but similar in some aspects, where it's all businesswomen coming together to see how we can help each other with the balance of life of being an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, single, spouse, moms, widow.
Yes.
How can we navigate through the challenges of being in this arena and succeeding, which sometimes, you know, is not the
It's-
easiest
yeah,
thing
yeah.
in succeeding in, you know, in the business world. But then also going a step further, and how can we help the next generation of lady leaders? They need to be mentored.
Yeah.
So that is a big passion of mine. Like you said, you were given a passion for a reason, or, you know, God gave us all a gift.
I call it listening to the whispers.
Yes.
I'm very in tune with that, and like, you know, people come into your
Right.
life and it's not by coincidence, but if you're not paying attention, you miss it.
Well, yes, that's like you said. If I've heard it for 6 years now, and I was lagging until somebody got in my face so bad a couple of years ago, and last year, and said, "What in the heck? Get off of here! You know what? I've given you everything in front of you. Go do it." So in 2026, I'm getting off my butt,
Oh, right.
and it's going to be the gals Go and Grow 2.0, and it's Go Grow
Go
Give.
and Grow.
Go Grow Give.
Okay.
Where we go together, we go do life together, we grow, and we're going to give to the community and give to the younger generation and do some scholarships and big plans. So really exciting.
I'm invested now, so you let me know, because anytime I can link hands with individuals like him and yourself that are, like you said, it's next level partnerships. In real estate, we do compete with each other. That's fine,
Right.
but the collaboration supersedes that, because there's going to be moments where you're going to see my name on the other side of that desk and be like, "Wow, I know
Absolutely.
that's going to get done. I know
Yes.
Kim does a really good job. I know
Right.
Kathleen does a really good job," and that's where the collaboration has to supersede your
Yes.
own insecurity of viewing it as everyone as a threat,
Exactly.
because it's really it's not about that.
Well,
No.
even just being around Kim since it was June, I've known Kim, I've watched her, she's watched me. I've learned so much from Kim, and it's given me, it's made me jump up to the next level.
Yeah.
To be purposeful, intentional, and so she's actually inspired me to do more, and I'm learning from her, and we both collaborate and bounce ideas off each other.
Yes.
And people have come up to us. We just did a video on this. Are you on Kim Ajmi's team? Like, when did you do? Like,
Yeah.
no, we do life together. She's my partner. She helps me. I help her. That is a gift. That to me, and it's like the myth. Like, why isn't every realtor doing this? Why isn't everybody in the real estate world doing this? And we're just all on the equal playing field. Let's help each other change lives.
Plus, what Kim said, you probably didn't hear it, but it's because people sometimes can only meet you as far as they are.
Yes.
And so
Right.
when they're lacking, not only even say lacking, they're just haven't arrived to that mindset yet. But like, once you get to that space, there's no going back.
No.
You can't unsee it, right?
No, that's exactly
You can't
it.
unsee
And
it.
it's that abundance versus scarcity.
Yes.
We can do so much more together than we can alone. We can go so much farther, and I always have embraced this. I get comfortable being uncomfortable, because I've been
Yes.
I
like
do love
lately
that
I'm
saying.
like,
We
oh
were
my
just
gosh,
saying
what
that.
am I saying yes to? But then God says, if you don't say yes this time, like you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. I put you in front of a powerful woman that's going to help you get to where you want to do and help each other. And that's where I just thank God every day that I got to be in Kim's arena, and that we can go together, help each other. I mean, even this event is, I can't wait to hear the conversations today
Yes,
and
yes.
the shares.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm
we're-
excited to see her on stage.
I know, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear everybody. So let me just let everyone know. We have, obviously, Kim Ajmi, the host was with the Moses. This is her, brainchild being birthed in front of everybody, right? And
Yes.
it is getting bigger and badder every single year.
It is.
This is the third year, and this room is elegant. Obviously, we're going to be putting a lot on social media to really let you guys see what's going on in the room, but everyone's already mingling. I'm sure you can hear the background noise, but JoJo, it's Dries, right?
Yes.
JoJo, so she came from the mortgage field. She actually worked at
did.
the same company as me, and she's retired from that because her nonprofit has become so successful because that passion, you can't deny it, right? We're going to have Tino
can't
call. Listen, to know her is to love her, and to be next to her
She's
is
amazing.
Phenomenal.
is to be motivated by Tino Call. She is flying in. This is real.
Yes.
Michigan's her hometown. A lot of people don't know that, but she always sings our praises. Amy Peterson, Marissa Morello. She is talking about working in your genius. LaShawn Peterson, Donnie Muzzy, and Miss Kathleen Gardner are going to be on the panel. So it is going to be next level conversations, but I think sometimes the real power happens almost after.
It is the private individual conversations. It really is. Like, I picked Tina up from the airport today and had an hour in the car with her and enjoyed it all the way here, right? So it is the conversations and what goes off stage, connections. the Zoom that I had with the panel, none of them knew each other.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, they had all made connections and walked away going, I could get this from you and I could help you here and help you. That makes my heart sing.
Yes. And so, like, you know, you hear about a lot of like events, right? And, you know, one more thing, and what's my ROI? What am I going to get in return? Like, this is one of those rooms that if you're not here, you're really missing out.
You really
It
are.
is called like FOMO right now instead of FOFO. You're going to have real, I know FOFO's the new thing, but like, you're going to have FOMO because, I mean, you're talking about elitists, leaders among leaders, you know, female entrepreneurship, have no skin in the game other than this worked for me and I want to see you succeed, and I get nothing
Yes.
from it.
Yes.
Zero
Yes.
things from it other than I get to see you grow. And oftentimes we stand on the shoulders of many.
Right.
And people see us, our faces, but I'm standing on 7 people's shoulders today that make sure my business is still running, functioning while I'm
Yes.
here,
Right.
having this amazing conversation.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, it's about you start somewhere, but you just start. Because everybody is one decision away from something that's going to change their
And
life.
oddly enough, when we're in these rooms, Becky, there's other ladies in here who think the same way I am. I'm not enough. How am I going to do this? You know, the fear, the imposter syndrome. There's so much that goes on in our
I named
head.
my imposter. Her name's Gildaphine, everybody. So she's ratchet. So every time Gildaphine shows up, we tell her to quiet
shut
down.
her down.
Yeah, we shut her down.
But we can help each other navigate and have a vulnerable conversation and honesty and feel like we're in a safe space because, oh my gosh, you feel the same way I do. Because we all go through similar struggles or, for example, I'm a breast cancer survivor. I guarantee there's somebody I'm going to talk to today after I get up on the panel and share something today that are going to say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you shared that. We all have struggles. We all have certain obstacles, challenges that are kind of gnawing at us, holding us down. And just being here today and hearing another conversation and meeting that woman and talking and then getting in touch with each other afterwards, like Kim's changing lives.
Yeah, what you're talking about
We
is
are together.
you don't have to suffer in silence.
Right.
And, you know, and whatever that is. And we're overachievers and we're here to do the things, and I know you got to go mix and mingle, okay? It's been
And
great.
the last thing I will say though is this event, and I appreciate that it did take somebody putting it together, but we're changing lives together, right? This isn't just about me. This is about everybody that shows up. And so I just want people to walk away and get something out of it, and I think that's going to happen.
I think that every single person is going to leave with something different, a different perspective. Even this most insignificant thing that you might question yourself, that you might say, is still going to penetrate somebody's heart. Because I know sometimes when you're putting on events, I put on my own events, we're perfectionists, we're overachievers. We want to make sure that we're bringing value to the room. And you know, one thing that has helped me get through it is like, oh, what I say, even like what I'm saying is not going to be strong enough, or it's going to be powerful enough. I want you both to know before you even start that everything that comes out of your mouth is going to touch somebody today. However that's going to manifest, your words hold weight, and you're going to help someone to make that step forward that maybe they wouldn't have had they not been here.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Becky.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being part of the event once again.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, and looking forward to get things going.
Yeah, we're going to pull in a couple more people. You know, we're going to hear about people that are attending. I'm going to grab a couple other people. So keep it locked in, the Hardcore Mortgage Show, and we'll see you this Saturday on 97.1. But for right now, we're hanging out Ditch the Heels, and I can't wait to bring more people to you.
Awesome.
You guys were great. Take a shirt. Take whatever. Oh, you have your shirt on. The glasses are because our future's so bright. We got to wear shades. You know what I mean? Yeah. Gosh, you ladies look great. Yeah. It's because our future's so bright.
That's right.
You take them. I like how they're all rainbow. No, take them. So I do a charity event.
Yes, she does do it.
Yeah, so this is for my charity. Yep. So my good friend Jason Sprague, he's Cornerstone. His wife is the first. Okay. She was headhunted from Success Mortgage to go build Cornerstone First Mortgage. Hold on. Are we live or are we aired right now?
It's still live, but it's the countdown. It's like a plane.
Okay. Okay. So it's like not audio, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. No, you're fine. I just want to know what it looked like. So she What is going on? Welcome back to the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We are live at Ditch the Heels at the San Marino Club. 3rd year in a row. 3rd year sponsor, my girl. So Denise and I have been supposed to be getting lunch like 50s for like almost a year now, but that's what happens when you're busy, and women understand women that like, hey, there's no shade there. And so I was like, well, this supersedes the lunch.
Yeah.
Let's have our business conversation right here.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
I will say this. So last year I was one of the sponsors. I spoke, right? And again, you never know who you're inspiring, who's listening to you, and all of us have our own unique way of delivering our own personal things. And I will say this, that you inspired my sister-in-law to get into insurance, and I believe she reached out and like picked your brain a little bit, like like she's fangirling over you. Like, so I just want you to know, and I was telling Kim that oftentimes when we do this kind of stuff, you think like, is what I'm saying impactful? Is anyone going to listen? And people are going to take something from it? And I will say, like, the answer is yes. So even when we go up there and we doubt ourselves, before you even get up there, girlfriend, just know you're going to punch someone in the face with your beautiful soul.
Well, I appreciate that. And it's hard to be authentically proud and also not feel like boastful and like want to do like that. You want to impact and you want to be honest and tell your story, but you don't really know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't know.
So
I
wanted
to put that out there immediately.
Yeah.
So tell everybody, so camera, whatever, who are you? Okay, I know who you are.
Yep.
But who are you to our viewers that don't know who you are? And just give us a little background.
I am do all, be all, set all insurance.
Yeah. Okay, insurance.
Yes.
Okay.
So 17 years in the business, 10 owning my own agency.
Okay.
I left someplace that wanted quantity over quality, and I don't think that's a good business plan in life. So started from scratch 10 years ago with a non-compete. My dad was my first client. We have almost a $10 million agency.
Wow.
I have 7 women that work for me, and home, auto, life, commercial. I mean, honestly, like, we just do it right.
Okay, so but it starts from somewhere.
Yeah.
It starts from scratch, and oftentimes people are either running from pain or running to joy, right? And I feel like sometimes like that struggle, like you had that one impactful moment where you're like, this is not in alignment with me.
No. And you get to pick your hard. And I wanted to pick the hard that the outcome resulted in a better life for me, generationally for my family. Like, and honestly, the work I do is so impactful. I'm affecting every single person that comes in contact with me, whether or not we do business together.
Yes, I see. Okay, again, this is why I'm such a fan of Denise, everybody, because she is always being authentic, and I feel like your soul speaks to mine because I feel the same way, right? Like we were put on this earth to change lives, and it just happened to manifest
through mortgages, through insurance.
Yes, and so and oftentimes I do refer my clients over to Denise. We have no association other than I know that she's as passionate about helping people as I am. And that's what helps me understand that I know that if I send someone to her and if she can't help them, she's like, nope, they're getting the best rate here, or this isn't accurate, or whatever it is. It's honest, it's authentic, it's truthful, and that's why people like us can lay our head on our pillow at night.
Sometimes my job is to tell you you're all set, and that's not with me. Like, my job might be to help you get into a different plan somewhere else.
Yes.
Like, that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is okay.
That is okay. There is power in the word no.
Yeah.
And
it's a complete sentence.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now let's stay there for a second, because that is something that I struggled with.
Yeah.
I felt like I would say no, but this, that, the other thing. Mm-hmm. And that this, that, and the other thing really is irrelevant, because if something makes me not feel uncomfortable in my own body or my energy, I don't have to just make up some excuse of why I'm not there.
Things tell us what the future looks like for that situation right from Jump Street often.
Yeah.
And that no saves us from a lot of yes on the back end.
Yes, because sometimes no's turn into a yes.
Yeah.
And I'm so sensitive with energy right now that like literally I can feel someone's energy like the second they are next to me, and I'm like, no, I'm not into that.
And we are at this wonderful time in our life where we don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, okay, so we're at Ditch the Heels. The energy is already electric. You're one of the sponsors, but you also, so that comes with, you get to grace the stage.
I do.
And you're very impactful with your words. You really are. But it comes from, because you're not faking it.
No, I am not faking it. Even if I tried, my face would ruin the whole story up there, and it would be a whole thing. No, I have a story You said some people run towards or away from pain and they're trying to figure it all out. That's how we get to where we are. And I like to share. I like to share because then somebody else feels like maybe they can share, and we perpetually can be a little better together.
Yes. So we are talking, we opened up the show with Kim and Kathleen, and we were talking about like their, certain struggles, and it's about you don't have to suffer in silence.
No.
But oftentimes as women, obviously this event is geared towards women, but there are beautiful men here too, supporting the women and supporting themselves. But we feel like when you're an overachiever and you're high functioning, and we have to wear multiple hats. We're business owners, we are life coaches, we are moms, we are sisters, we are wives. We are struggling with our own personal things, like behind the scenes, and you feel like you have to check that at the door and somehow act like you have to have it all together. And sometimes, and that catches up to you.
Burnout is real. Balance is necessary. And, when people ask me, like, what do you love to do in your free time? I'm like, couch rot.
Couch rot. I've never heard couch rot. I might steal that.
Like, I have a charger. I've got a snack. I've got water.
A snack, yes.
Like, I'm going to be here for a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Just a few minutes. Like, I need to not be needed for just, like, a little bit.
Yes.
But then I bounce right back into it, and I'm ready to serve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Burnout is real. I was close to that. When you're trying to be in the rooms and do the things and be the things. And again, I'm mortgages. People know me like that's my first passion, right? And there's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of people that don't understand how to have home ownership, and then they almost self-sabotage because the closer that they get to it, they almost make it harder for themselves when they don't. So like I have to like anticipate what they're doing all the time. But when you get to that fatigue moment, like I did have to pull back, and I got a little bit particular about what rooms I'm stepping in, because I had to make sure that I'm not just in a room as a body.
No.
I'm in there making positive impact, having good conversations. Even when I might not feel my best, I know that I can be safe in a room like this.
Yeah, this is the kind of place that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
People would ask, like, why this? And it's like, why not this? These people don't even know we're each other's people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And like JoJo with the On the Wings of Angels, I'm actively donating a car from my family to her organization. Right as we speak.
That is beautiful. Are you going to announce it here? Do people know that?
No, we're not going to announce it.
Okay.
We're not going to announce it. I'll let her do her own little thing.
All right, well, everybody, don't have the cat out of the bag. That's watching us
no,
on
it's
Facebook.
totally okay. It's totally okay. But my life has been so enriched from networking and from being in rooms like this, from meeting amazing people. Like, my life is better because of business, but not for anything because of business.
Yes. Okay. So to that point is, I met you this time last year for the first time, and as soon as you opened your mouth, I was like, you are my people.
Yeah.
And it was just a natural of always trying to get together, but we're busy, we're running, personal things happen.
Yeah.
But even if I just see you in this room and we're sending emails back and forth to each other, that's all that's needed. Because
honestly,
game recognizes game.
They do. And there is no shade in and no issue with, we just pick right back up where we left off.
Yes.
And that's how you know it's cool and legit.
Yeah. I want people to succeed, and I don't have to get anything from that.
No.
Because when you reach that certain level of gratitude in a servant's heart, like being in this room, like when we were talking, like people are going to benefit from just talking to me, and I don't even know they're benefiting from me because I might said something that maybe they're struggling that day, and I told them their shirt looked fire on them.
Yep.
Whatever it is, your words hold weight.
You do life with benevolence, and great things will come back to you.
Yes. I'm here for that, and I'm here for you. So tell everybody where they can find you.
All right.
I know, I want to hear the commercial. It's so good.
I have a little tagline, so it's you're not all set until we've met. And that's really true because most people don't know what they don't know. And insurance is weird. So you can find me in Shelby Township. I own an agency with 7 women. We do a really great job. And on socials and probably at any really cool event in town.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the thing too, like just, it's about walking in the room and picking the rooms once you reach a certain point with intention.
Yes.
I am no good in some rooms, but in other rooms I am all the things.
Yeah.
And that's what you're talking about too. It's if you're working with everybody, you're working with no one.
Yeah. jack of all trades and a master of none.
Yes, it's about being intentional, moving with intention, and that state of gratitude. And I'm so grateful to be here. Like I said, like it's so electric in here, and we haven't even started yet.
No, I know.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
You're so welcome.
I
You're welcome
appreciate you.
anytime. And we're gonna everyone.
We're doing
gonna-
lunch.
Yeah, we're doing lunch for
and
real.
maybe dinner. We'll probably talk long enough to go
Yeah,
for
and then
2
I'm gonna
meals.
couch rot with you.
Okay,
one
I would
day.
love that.
I won't talk to you. Okay, we won't talk to each other. We're gonna couch rot
I'll
together.
share my charger with you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and I'll share snacks.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
That's fair. All right, we will be right back. Keep it locked in. Ditch the heels. We got another hour or so before we kick off with the first speaker. I'm going to interview a couple other people, some attendees, and we want to hear what they have to say. So keep it locked in right here. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We are live in the streets at Ditch the Heels San Marino Club. Third year in a row. We are doing, obviously, the radio show here live, so it's more of like a podcast setting. But I have two people that I absolutely love, I adore. I'm a fan of Miss Susan Weiss and Angela Lee for mayor over here. I swear to God, she needs to be a mayor. But I work with them. I'm very blessed to be, in partnerships with so many amazing, talented people. They're both in real estate, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, yes, come talk, because this is more like just banter, because I just love you both and I want to talk to you. So here we are.
Well, we always love talking to you too, beautiful lady.
Thank you. So I know you guys have been here before, right? So
Susan has. I've never been.
oh, first timer over
First
here.
timer.
All right. So last year I spoke on stage for a little bit, but this year I wanted to do a little bit different, be more intimate.
Yes.
But maybe so, like, what made you want to come to this event? Because we get invited to stuff all the time.
Susan invited me, and I said, absolutely, yes, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
I want to network with more women and see how their businesses are going, the climate, the temperature of what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm here for it all, really.
Okay, yes. Okay, what about you?
So Tina Kaw is an amazing woman who's built her business, and she moved from Michigan to the Carolinas.
Yes.
And built her business from having nothing to being this incredible woman who has brought so many people into our industries, changed people's lives. And, if we can all be a little bit like her, I think that's why we come to these events, to feed off of other people's knowledge and to grow from them.
Ooh, okay. Number one, I can see Tina. We're about to snatch her up here in a minute, or I'm gonna have someone snatch her up for
Yes.
me. But yeah, she is really, truly like the leader among leaders in the industry, and she came from humble beginnings. And we were talking about it with Kim when we opened up the show, where somebody starts from somewhere, right? And it's not about the silver spoon sometimes. It's making something out of nothing. And to know Tina is to love her. But to be next to her is truly inspirational and even aspirational. Like, I feel like once you reach a level of aspiration of like where you keep the temperature in the room, I mean, she really is so impactful, so insightful. And to see this monster of a business that her and Kevin have made is just truly, it is beautiful.
I agree.
Well, yes, I mean, you can be a mom,
Yeah.
you can work, you can be a wife, you can have all these things. And it was one invitation to an event that changed my life, and I made a decision to go to a different brokerage. It just takes one decision, one step, one event, and it creates momentum.
Yeah.
And I think people need to want to better their lives and take their lives from being ordinary to extraordinary.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
And I think it's one person who gives you that light in your life that takes you from ordinary to something.
Yeah, but you know who that person is? It's you. You got to start with you. And sometimes,
you want to help people.
Yes, it's, you can listen, you can go to all the events, you can listen to all the people, but if you're not even in there in your own space, it is difficult to really take on that positive change, because I'm totally in alignment with you on all things 99% of the time, but you are one decision away from changing your life, one person away, one networking event. And a lot of these people that I met last year for the first time. I'm not benefiting from them and they're not benefiting from me, but other than just having a deep, honest conversation, because women, as women in a male-dominated field in some of the times, right? And this isn't man-bashing, obviously, because you can get something from everybody, but we do have to wear the hats. You do got to switch hats and be the mom when you go home. You got to cook the dinner. You got to show up to the softball games, the football games, the cheerleading competitions. We don't get to stop, and you have to constantly and how you're learning to show up as your authentic self in each arena of our lives, but still be that entrepreneur, that business owner. And when you're an overachiever, sometimes it's hard to say, I'm tired. I need a break, because it's almost like you're afraid to say that. But in rooms like this, it's very safe in here.
Yes. So I look up to both of you. I look up to a lot of women in this room, and I just want to take some nuggets.
Yeah.
So I'm here to learn. I'm here to network.
Yes. If I am the smartest person in the room, I need to get up.
I need to exit.
Yes. And I will say this, my definition of a highly educated person, it doesn't really necessarily mean you have 50,000 degrees or master degrees or whatever it is. It is knowing what you know, knowing what you don't know, and then knowing who to go to for what you don't know.
Exactly.
Because it's not about knowing everything, it's about who you know and who's going to help you grow, because we stand on the shoulders of many, and sometimes it's just standing side by side to the right person sometimes.
And I think the smartest thing is, if you don't know something, is not to just make something up. It's to say you don't know, and find out the right answer for that person and help somebody's life get better.
Yes. Well, my life is better knowing the two of you. I will say that.
Oh, thank you.
Vice versa.
I adore these two, everybody. So how can everyone find you? Social media. You guys are in real estate. There's going to be there's obviously, this is real estate heavy in here, but there are other, you just had Denise in here. We're going to pull people in and out, because everyone from all walks of life are literally in this room. So how can people find you on social media?
My Facebook page,
All right.
Instagram, websites, everything.
They don't just sell houses, everybody. They're selling all the things.
Changing lives.
Yes. One house at a time. All right. What about you, Miss
making
Angela?
people better?
Yes. Angela Lee, yourrealtor.com. That's it. That's it.
I love you. Both of them have been they're on the Hardcore Mortgage Show as frequently as I can get them on there, because, like I said, your words hold weight, and you guys are two beautiful people, and I'm so blessed to be in the room and be having the conversation with you guys. So I love you guys. So keep it locked in. We got a couple more minutes before we get started, about 30 minutes. So Hardcore Mortgage Show, staying live all day, ditch the heels. We'll be right back.
she's got a good thing going, Kim.
What's going on? We are back live, Ditch the Heels at the San Marino Club. Kim Adjemi, again, outdoes herself year after year. It's electric. I'm sure you could hear some of the side banter, but one of the featured speakers here, my girl JoJo, she's also, we used to work for the same company. You spawned from mortgages, right?
Yes.
So we were talking about earlier where you start somewhere, right? And then eventually, when you're in the right rooms and you start listening to those whispers, you find yourself really walking in your truth and following your passion.
Yeah.
So I want everyone to hear what your mission is, what your cause is. You're not even in mortgages anymore from what I hear because your wings have really flown, all right? So I want everyone to hear because, you know, the people that I've talked to, interviewed prior, they're excited to hear what you got going on. They're excited to support you. So tell everyone what they are supporting.
Awesome. Well, first of all, Becky, I appreciate being here. I see you everywhere all the time, and I just feel honored to be in this seat. So, first of all, thank you. I'm just glad to be here. Secondly, yes, On the Wings of Angels is an organization that I founded. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. And what we do is we provide resources, community, and support immediately and tangibly to domestic violence survivors.
Okay.
So our wheelhouse is if you're a domestic violence survivor and you're literally escaping your situation and you're done. It takes an average of 9 times to try to escape a situation before you're officially done. And we're the wheelhouse that handles those people as they're leaving that situation. Do you need housing? Do you need a job? Do you need your bills paid? You know, has your abuser stopped paying on your car payments and now your car's going to be repossessed, so we pay those off. And yeah, to your point, I was in mortgage for a long time. I actually grew up in the mortgage and real estate business. Loved it, succeeded really well in it, but then I got to a point where I didn't love it anymore.
Yeah.
And what I did love was helping people. And so that's when I founded this organization. And it started out as a small hobby, and now it's become this beautiful community organization, thankfully to the board and to our team, as well as the community that's just come in, donated, funded a lot of the help that we're doing. I couldn't do it without them.
I mean, yes, we stand on the shoulders of many, right?
Oh, yes.
And, you know, but what you've done and the ground that you've covered, even in just like a very short period of time, it's beautiful. But that's because you're speaking from your authentic self. So what made you start this organization?
So
without getting too much, I know you're going to speak, but yeah.
No, it's a great question. So 3 people came to me, a financial advisor, a CPA, and a real estate agent in the space of 1 week. And they said they needed help. So all 3 of them was the same story. In 2020, their abusers started hurting them. Very successful women, okay, all 3 of them. And it was 2022 that I met with them all within 1 week. I came home, talked to my husband, talked to my mentor, and I was telling them these stories. And both of them immediately said the same thing: you have to start a nonprofit. For 14 years now, I've been helping domestic violence survivors. So every paycheck I made, every paycheck my husband made, every bonus, anything, a portion of that would go to a survivor that we heard about. You know, gas money, Myers cards, whatever it would be. So then everyone was like, well, you've been doing this. Why don't you just start something, make it a 501c3 official, and then people can donate to help these people. So I did. In 2022, in August of 22, we did that. And then one thing led to another, to where one person would donate $1,000, one person would donate $5,000, one person would hear about a mortgage payment that needed to be done. And I still stayed in mortgage because I was helping a lot of survivors refinance into their own name in their divorce, get out of their whole ex's situation. And with that in mind, the community just jumped on board. We were featured on Fox 2. Taryn Asher came to my house, did a huge interview, did a 6-minute interview, and that just went almost viral.
Yeah.
And then many more survivors came on board. Then we did a gala, and the gala produced thousands of dollars. So one thing led to another, and it's like very much organic. And one more thing, to your point about, the 2 years, right? So we've been doing this officially 2.5 years, and I always say it's been 14 years in the making.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that, like you've been in mortgage. How long?
22 years, yeah. It's my first year of 22 years later.
Right? And that's it. It's like you're successful today because of what you've done for 22 years.
Yes.
Not because of a refinance boom or not because of a great purchase market.
Yes.
You're successful because of 22 years of work. And that's On the Wings of Angels. We've built it based on, I blasted all over social media about my situation. And then I would get these speaking engagements like today, and one thing would lead to another. So I think it's important to note that, because anyone listening, it's never overnight success. You know this from your industry.
No, that's why it's like that picture of the iceberg, right, coming out of the water. That's real. That's why it's in every doctor's office probably.
Yes.
But it is sometimes speaking to that person that you used to be in the room, because I think this is the third time I said it now, like there's so many women that suffer in silence because they are overachievers. They're ashamed. Yes. They're ashamed to say I'm struggling here, or I'm struggling there, or I can't keep it together, or I cry myself to sleep every night because I'm very highly skilled at what I'm doing, but my personal life is completely in shambles. And, to have a safe place where you're here to make it that transition, because you said, 9 times?
Yeah, so it's an average of 9 times that a woman, so if you're one of those women and you're listening and you're like, well, I tried before and I went right back into his arms.
So a lot of it's because it's financial, they don't have anywhere to go because they're financially strapped, something of that nature. So.
And it's scary, right? Yeah. It's scary. You're told, I was 29 years when I finally escaped. I was 29 years old. But I felt so incapable of existing in this world without the crutch of my abusers. So it's weird to say, but it's the dichotomy of, but that's my comfort zone. How do I leave that and go out on my own?
I mean, it's the same psychology of I don't want to say it, but like even if a child's being punished, whether they did something wrong, and the first person they go to is whoever punished them, because they still want that comfort. And it is like, that's a lot to unpack. Obviously, we're not going to unpack that on Facebook Live right now, but I love that you took your situation and you found the strength to voice it, because that's real courage.
That. And you know what, for you, I want you to know, vice versa. I watch you and I see all the things that you're doing. And I think it's important that the community gravitates towards people like you, towards people like our community, because at the end of the day, that's all we want, is somebody that understands where we've come from. You don't put yourself on this pedestal like, oh my God, look at me, I'm this awesome mortgage person. No. You're right there on the ground with these folks, with your clients, serving them. And that's what we're doing. We're nobody special. We've just been there, done that. Yes. Every one of our board members has been in an abusive situation. Every one of our volunteers has been in that situation. Yeah. So there's no judgment. So when people come to us, I just want you to hear, if you're thinking of calling us, just know we're a safe space. It's all private, and we don't share it all publicly. It is, you're safe with us.
Yes, and what you're speaking on is a servant's heart. And once you get to that point, it's full on ascension.
Yes.
And like you said, sometimes people see us in the spotlights, or they even, I don't see myself that way, but let's just say they see you that way.
I do.
Thank you. I fangirl over you too. But, we work so hard, we have $5 in the bank sometimes, because we know what it's like to struggle.
Yeah.
I'll never forget what it's like to struggle.
Same.
I come from nothing, making something, and every day you have to be better than you were yesterday. And how that manifests in became changing lives through homeownership, and that's just how I got to come through.
Yeah.
And what you're doing and the lives that you're changing, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Oh my God, you're so welcome.
Honored to be here.
And we're going to call in Miss Tina next. She's another one of the finalists. Come on, girlfriend. Oh my God, I love you,
really
Joe.
I love you, girl.
Love you. Yes.
Take care.
I can't wait. You do your thing. Thank you. Yeah, come on, girl. Hi, love. Oh my God, so excited.
Oh, yay. I just got off a plane.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Everybody, we're just bringing them hot to trot. Miss Tina Call is now in this seat, and I will say there's not one person that has sat here that hasn't mentioned that you're in the room and they're excited to hear you talk, even other people. So
excited to be here in my hometown.
I know, you're from Michigan, but for anyone if you're living under a rock and you don't know who this beautiful person is, it's Miss Tina Call, real estate legend. And I was saying earlier, to know you is to love you, but you're also not only inspirational, but you're aspirational.
Thank you.
Just by being you, and you don't gatekeep. That's one of my favorite things about you, is you got no skin in the game for 90% of the people that you talk to, other than watching them from far away grow.
Crush it. Yes, it's so fun. It's like a high to watch people make money, live the life that they want, have a vision.
Yeah, and you and Kevin too. He's so great. I think I might be doing the Rhythmia one of these times with Michelle. I think we might be doing it in February, so I'm going to be doing that. I'm scared to death on that one, so we won't unpack that. We're not going to unpack that one because I might come back a different person. But tell everyone like a little bit about yourself, and you know, I know you're one of the featured speakers, one of the actually everyone's most excited to hear, other than JoJo. I know everyone wants to hear from her too.
Yeah. Well, I'm Tina Cole.
Everybody.
I started in real estate at 23 in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. So
yay, from Michigan.
That's right. My realtor, Jill Bomarito, drug me into the business. And yeah, I would say the first 7 years it was rocky. And then I met my magical fairy, my coach, Mike Ferry.
Yep.
And but then I learned expired FSBOs, moved to North Carolina because I wanted to get the heck out of the cold. Like, it's cold here, y'all.
Yes.
So we went down
I don't
to
mind
North Carolina. That's right. And I think the first 4 years I just stayed solo, and then I was like, man, I need some help. And I brought on my first partner, my second partner, and it was like, oh, this is nice. And from there, you know, we spent the last, I would say 10, 12 years building, growing, leveraging, but the last three and a half, maybe 4 now, I've gotten out of day-to-day production. I don't list homes anymore, I list agents. So it's just a little different, you know, like we get to give back and help take all this knowledge in your brain and just give it to people, and it's been fun. It's been fun.
Not everyone's good at that, right? So like, you know, in this room, it's, you know, it's a lot more females than men, but there are men here, like we're talking about, like supporting, but, you know, this is like really taking the next level of the female entrepreneur brain, right? It's not just real estate. You know, I happen to change lives through mortgages in real estate, right? You happen to change lives that way too, but you're going to change people's lives that have nothing to do with anything that you're doing other than just you start somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, we all start at zero, and I think, you know, where I grew up and I had a smaller mindset. I just didn't know what I didn't know. We were just trying to survive, our family. And then you get exposed to a bigger thinker, which I give a lot of that credit to my first mentor, Mike Ferry. And it was like to be in rooms like this in January, which is freezing in Michigan, I'm in San Diego, and I'm like calling my husband going, it's warm here, the sun's out, there's people that are making a lot of money in real estate, and they're thinking big, and honey, we can do anything. So it was just the first like door to open, and once your brain expands in the possibilities, it can't shrink back.
Yes, like you can't unsee it. And like I come from similar where it's like come from nothing. I'm used to using my legs all the time, like just grinding, and then I just was like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted, but you can't say that because everyone is looking for that like little chink in the armor, and you know, you have to like help people, you have to help yourself, you have a family, you have kids and all the things, and so it's like when you're trying not to be vulnerable because we think we have to have it all, but it's almost like you said, like when you can be in a safe space and there's other ways to do it.
Absolutely.
And there's better ways to do it. And once you're, like you said, once your brain expands,
it doesn't go back.
No, you can't. And it's like if I'm the smartest person in the room, I need to get out.
Run. I'm always the student in the back, like, no, but I remember a guy came up to me, he's like, why are you taking notes on this? And I was like, there are nuggets in here, you know, because there was somebody on stage that had been in the business a shorter time, and I'm like, I learned stuff from 19-year-olds. I'm like, if you are thinking that, you know, you can't, there's not anything to learn, you're not curious enough about humans.
It's asking the right questions.
Heck yeah.
And I'll say, like, I agree with you there, because like, there's people that are like, I'm 20 years in the business, blah, 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 but you're detached from whatever's happening in reality, whatever your field is. But the ones that are coming in right off the gate, they are eager because they don't know any better. And they're going to take all the things that you say and they're actually going to implement it.
Well, and the other thing is, you know, I'm very much a big, like, nerd, and I study humans, and I love giving assessments and just seeing how people, like, nurture versus nature. Like, what is your nature? Your family's going to nurture your thoughts and your activities and your ideals, but what you are born with is so important, and everyone has this genius that they don't know that they have. And so when I look at it, I'm like, if I talk to another human, I don't care if it's my Uber driver, I will talk to everybody. I'm very curious, and I just want to know. And so I'm always that student that's like curious about what books have they read? What country are they from? What, like, if you think about the Starbucks empire, that was built from him traveling to Europe and seeing how people drink coffee there in communities. We didn't have that here in the United States. So just by observing another way of life, another human community, you can learn so much. So that's why I'm like, don't disregard your. I mean, I probably will learn so much from my 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Because they're learning different stuff. They're interested in different things. So I want to be curious. So that's what I'm so passionate about.
I'm right there with you. Like honestly, like I'm at that point where you got to understand, like people aren't going to meet you as far as they are, but it's also making them feel safe to where they don't feel judged, because you really are genuinely curious of, well, why did they react to that?
Right.
Why did I react to that?
Right.
Why was that triggering, and why did that pull something for me that I retired from myself a long time ago? Or why are people angry and they're driving? Right?
Yes.
Like all that stuff, right? It's like, where does your patience stop?
Yeah.
And in certain situations, and obviously with mortgages, in real estate, as you know, we're dealing with people's biggest financial decisions in most cases, and there's a lot of emotion that goes into that because they're afraid, because people have an unhealthy relationship with money a lot.
Yes, they do. Yes, and limiting beliefs with money, and you know, and it's so important to have it, but yet if you were born in a family like money doesn't grow on trees, the rich are evil, and you're like, oh God, it feels bad to go after it. But then, you know, I think sometimes the best, kindest, most loving people that are very generous, they use their talent and they're not afraid, they're not dimming their light, and they can help so many. So it's like, you know, like Tony Robbins, some people hate him, some people love him, but my God, he like feeds America, and he really does. And it's like, he used his superpower to do it, and I don't begrudge that.
I love that. Yeah, he does have everyone has a superpower. I'm realizing my superpower is relationships and that kind of thing, but it is working in that genius.
Have you done your working genius?
Yes, I'm working on that, girl.
Did you do your test?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't do it.
I'm
going to do it. That's what I'm saying. We're doing it.
Yes,
because I feel it. It's happening, and you know, it's like, and when you can see things for other people that they can't see for themselves,
that's the key.
It is a blessing and a curse sometimes, but it's about how you come through, but help them see it for themselves. Because, you know, Michelle Sayward, we're very close. I talk to her often, and she has this analogy. She's like, I could pick you up, Becky, and carry you on my back, and then you're going to be mad because I dropped you off somewhere that you're not ready for.
Correct.
And you're now you're not the hero, you're really the villain, because you missed all these other steps.
Yes.
And you know where I'm at, even personally, is I'm looking for shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Because I can sling you to the top of the mountain with me, but I'd rather hold your hand and let's go together.
Let's go together.
It's swimming to the people that are swimming to you, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. I talk a lot about a vision. When I was younger, and my dad came into my room, you know, this older Greek man with a thick, booming voice, and he was like, Martina, I want you to basically get married.
How did he say your name?
He said, Martina.
Martina. All right, but Martina's taking stage later.
And he said, I want you to, you know, marry this guy's son at our restaurant that we worked at. And I sat there for a minute. I'm like, that's not happening. But at 15 years old, he was like, that's my vision, that you're going to be taken care of. And so I thought I could have ended up marrying someone I didn't really know, to become a Greek housewife, to bear a bunch of children, which is a wonderful thing to do. It just wasn't in my nature.
Yeah.
But I would have lived his vision. And I think a lot of people, they don't have a dream, they don't have a vision, and then they end up living someone else's vision, or they live their partner's vision side by side and they sweep theirs under the rug. And I think that's so important. That's what I really talk about a lot of times at these conferences. Like, if you don't have a vision for your life, you're going to end up with somebody else's, or never living out what you truly want and desire.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think like what you said, like seeing somebody's genius, we are so immune to who we are day to day. Sometimes it's like good to ask, hey, what is it like to work with Becky? What is it like to work with Tina Call?
Yeah.
Tell me how it's like how do I show up, good or bad? But you got to have that trusted source that'll say, Becky, with love, you show up like this, you show up triggered, you show up angry, and it's like, oh my God, I do? I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And so I always ask for a lot of feedback. But yeah.
No,
anyway.
I agree with that, because you're either, like you said, you're either the main character in your own life, or you're a strong supporting character. And I feel like oftentimes as women, we naturally know how to shrink, support, and we can fit in whatever space, and we can not be as big and bold and beautiful as we're supposed to. And you know, I'm actively working to get away from that, like not shrinking to make you feel more comfortable, but being able to showbiz my authentic self,
Shine
but
bright.
also like shine next to you.
Yes,
And you,
exactly.
and
We're going to be starting in about 10 minutes.
Everyone,
so
you're
if
starting
you're
pretty
gonna
soon.
grab any wine or appetizers,
Oh my
and
God.
Take a seat, please.
That was everyone. We're starting. Digi Hills, we're about to start. So
Here
I'm
we
going to let
go.
you go because you're about to start. I've enjoyed this conversation. I'm sorry it was cut off,
too.
but
We'll have more of
yeah,
it.
we're going to continue this. But everyone, Miss Tina Call. She is one of the featured speakers. This has been the Hardcore Mortgage Show Live, and we're going to kick some live footage from everyone speaking. Love you, girlfriend. Thank you for your time. All right, and we will also be live this Saturday, 97.1 from 8 to 9. Keep it locked in. I don't know if we're going to have time for one more interview or not, but we're going to try. But either way, it's been great, and I hope you guys took a lot from this today. Just talk until they kick us off.
So kick us off.
All right,
Sounds
just
good.
kidding. We are back. We do have time. I'm looking at a timer now. We got 6 minutes. One of the other speakers that are going to be live is Amy Peterson. Okay,
Yes.
I'm excited. This is my actually first time meeting Amy, and I've met so many amazing people just from coming here last year, and I'm excited to again now further my arsenal of powerhouse people. So tell everyone a little bit about you. What are we talking about? Like, where's your background lie?
Yeah, no, thank you for having me
Yeah.
and squeezing me in. I'm the founder of a couple Detroit-based businesses. One's called Rebel Nell. We provide employment for women transitioning out of shelters, and we make jewelry and gifts out of repurposed graffiti and other iconic locations. Also own a coffee shop in the city called The Congregation. It used to be an old church that's now converted into a coffee shop and bar.
Okay, where's that at?
That's in the Boston Edison neighborhood in Detroit.
Okay, so I'm hearing a lot about the churches being bought and then, being converted
Yes.
into like almost like these little mini cities.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
Yes.
part of that.
So yes,
Okay.
we opened ours in 2020.
Okay.
Perfect timing. We nailed it. It took us 4 years to open, and we opened it March 6th of 2020.
Okay.
We were open 9 whole days, but we've navigated. And actually, this coming Tuesday, we're about to open a pizza place next door called The Rectory, which was in the
I
former
like
rectory.
that. I like the whole.
Yeah.
Got that. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay, what made you get into the organization that you're in?
Yeah, so I founded Rebel Nell 12 years ago. Prior to that, I was working as a lawyer for the Detroit Tigers. I had every intention of staying in baseball. That's all I ever wanted to do, was be the first female general manager since I was a little kid.
All right.
And working in the industry had its challenges, being a woman. And at the time, I was living next door to a well-known women's shelter in Detroit called COTS. So I got to know the women, hear their incredible stories about how they left challenging situations in search of better opportunities, not only for themselves but for their family members. And this was really the catalyst for saying, well, what if I created a company that was dedicated to uplifting women? And Rebel Nell was born.
Okay.
And here we are 12 years later.
Wow. Like, it's so inspiring, right? And like we were talking, like as I'm, we're talking, we're hearing, like everyone there's so many different walks of life, right?
Yes.
That are being, not only in the room, but featured. And some individuals start an organization because they're victims of stuff like that. Or they have a conversation with somebody that it really just nails your heart. And like, here you are talking like your, life pursuit was be the general manager of the Tigers. And here you are just living this completely
Totally
different life,
Totally
right?
pivot.
Because like I feel like I'm on my 4th life this year alone,
Yes.
right? We laugh about it, but it's like but when you listen to those whispers, it's almost like undeniable. It just sets you on this path that you never could have dreamed of.
Yeah, I agree, and I think also for women in particular, I talk about often there's this tug that we have that we often quiet.
Yeah.
Like people always say, when do you know to quit or when do you know to take the leap? And I say there's always that tug, and that tug kind of tells you, like I quieted mine for years. So I was like, no, I'm supposed to be in baseball. I don't want anything else. And finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen, and then I went, and I never looked back.
So like, I feel that belly burn is how I call it. Okay, so I feel it every day of my life. And I know it's because I am not doing something that I'm supposed to. And I'm still
that's really
like,
powerful.
and it's, And I know that. It's like
Yeah.
I've learned to listen to those whispers, but what are the whispers telling me? And it puts me in alignment with so many amazing powerhouse men and women.
Yeah.
You know, here I am. I always wanted to be on the radio, and I'm on the radio, and it's all these really cool things, but it's like there's something else, and you don't know what it is sometimes until it's like once you hit that, then it becomes like undeniable. Because look at what think about that. Like you're like, I'm gonna be a general manager, you're a lawyer for the Tigers. I mean, hello. So that's like, that's a lot of stuff that you like have the knowledge of, and then for you to just change your life, give it all up, and do what you're doing right now. What a beautiful thing.
And you too.
And the strength and the courage it takes, because so many people are afraid to pivot.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yes,
to say it's not is a lie.
You're
It's
afraid to pivot away from something, and to like recognize that, and then when you are in that genius space and you are living your truly authentic self, it's almost like you can't fail.
Yeah.
You just like fall forward and just do it.
I think life is short. It's really precious. I would rather be doing something, and I kind of, now I'm so used to it, I've learned to value the fear.
Yeah.
I've learned that is my strength, is those moments of anxiety. That means I just need to do something.
Yeah.
Right? I need to solve it with my own riddle. And that has motivated me every day. Like, you wake up and you're like, ugh! But if you channel that in a good way.
Yes. Like, what are you, like, grounded? Like, it's learning how to ground yourself in that. Like, why am I feeling? Ask yourself better questions is what she's saying ultimately. Why do I feel this way? Why do I not feel satisfied? Why do I feel like I have to do more? And it's not about doing more. It's about doing what's calling you.
Yes.
And however you find that. Like,
absolutely.
And I'm so glad you found that.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to hear what you have to say. I can see the clock down. I don't want to like yell over us and cut our conversation short. So everyone, this is Amy Peterson. And how can everyone find you and support your amazing cause?
Appreciate that. Please find us at rebelnell.com or follow us on social media.
I do follow them.
Oh, yeah. And also the Congregation Detroit, and now the Rectory Detroit.
All right. So we got strong, powerful women doing strong, powerful things, and they're here to help you bridge that gap between what you have to do and what you're not doing and what you can do, but you have to start. And I'm so glad you started, because you're changing people's lives. My life just got changed with all these conversations, so thank you so much.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
Yes, you're so welcome. All right, it's been the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We're going to wrap. Thank you so much for listening to us. Ditch the Heels. 3rd year in a row. We can't wait for the 4th year, and we're going to be hitting you with some live content as we carry on through the rest of the day. Thank you.